Don Kelly, President of the Haveford Township Civic Council.
We have 41 member organizations, neighborhood civic associations, League of Women Voters, library, fire stations. All the civic groups, the community betterment groups have joined together and come together to work on community-wide issues through this organization. So each 2 years we establish the priorities of the organization for the next 2 years through a voting process. And right now our 4 priorities, first of all, is improvement of the business districts. Some of our business districts are getting a little old and shabby looking, and we have plans now to revitalize those districts. Second priority is for a new library for the community. The library is old also and needs a new structure and needs a lot more parking. A third priority is improvement of a train station that's a major point of entry and exit for the people in the community. It's the Ardmore Junction train station on the Route 100 line. And the fourth priority is to work with the rest of the county on a greenway that connects all the green spaces through the county from north to south. And it goes through Haveford Township, and so we're working with others to establish a nice public access greenway. So those are our, we have about a half-mile strip that we want to make into more of a Main Street, center of town type of place, instead of just a place that cars whiz through. So our plan is to create a nice, pleasant, comfortable walkway for pedestrians, with little places to sit down, encourage some sidewalk type of cafes and restaurants, ice cream parlors. So it would be a fun place to go, even for kids your age, where you can gather someplace and not get chased away. So that's what we're hoping to do. The township is very supportive of the idea, and our goal is to create this walkway along Eagle Road in the next 4 years to celebrate, have it finished by 2012, which will be the 100th anniversary of this township.
Hi, I'm Addie Chinella, the Director of Haveford Township Free Library, and I want to highlight the plans that we have for a new library. We have been working with Wallace, Roberts, and Todd. We received a grant from through Senator Connie Williams' office to hire WRT to start working with us to create plans for a new library. The site that we are focusing on is the Swell Gums site, and this is a rendition of a new 50,000 square foot library. It would have a 250-seat auditorium and a cafe, and it would have enough space where teens would finally have their own area, where there would be quiet space, computer space, business space. What I mean by that is a place where people who are starting a business or have small businesses could come and network together, use our resources. It also would allow for programming both inside and outside. This is actually the upstairs area, but excuse my hand. And upstairs would be the quiet space, and where the teens would be. There's seating all along the window sections. This was a completely sustainably designed building, so everything in it would be green, it would be energy efficient. These are the ground plans for it. This is the cafe, the auditorium, outside garden space for children's programming, a green roof. So we're very excited about this. Many of the people in the community are very excited too. We've had a lot of people sign our petition, and if you'd like to come to the library and sign the petition to support building a new library, we would very much appreciate that. We look forward to moving on with this. We know that the planning process takes a long time, but that's why we want to hear from everybody to know that we're on the right track. That's a big news at the Haveford Township Free Library. There's summer reading programs for everybody. We encourage you to come to that, and we also want you to save the date for the 2008 Open the Book Gala, which is going to be October the 18th, featuring the Ken Ulancy Ensemble. So we look forward to seeing everybody at that, and we'll have more information out.
Hi, here we have the Mountain Man in Nider Hall, here to talk a bit about what he does here and show us how to fire this muscle.
Well, I'm portraying the mountain men, the ones who went west early in the 1800s to trap beaver. Beaver was a very valuable commodity. We would either trap it ourselves or we would trade with the Indians. You know, the Indians had never had iron tools until the Europeans came here. This is the axe handle. You'd call it a tomahawk, but we call it a trade axe. And these were shipped from Europe just like this. All right? And we would make the handles over here. And you put it on, thus and so. That's your tomahawk. Okay? So the Indians would give us 6 or 8 beaver pelts for one of those axes. My brother-in-law was he had a Navy Colt revolver, and he took me out one day. And you know what got you interested? The first time you shot it, you got a good score, so you were hooked. It's just like fishing. If you went out fishing for the first time and you caught a nice one, you became hooked on fishing. If you didn't have any luck at all, you probably wouldn't fish anymore. And if I hadn't missed a target, you know, not gotten a good score, I probably wouldn't have gotten into it. But because I got a good score, I got hooked on it. Okay?
So why don't you show us this?
All right, I have already loaded it. Cap in place. Rich, hold your ears.
That's quite something.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing us that.
You're welcome. Gosh, you're good.
Hi, I'm Bob Klinger. Nice to meet you, and thanks for having us over. What I have here is a forge. In the forge, I have charcoal, and with a blast of air from this blower, I can, of course, when the air blows over coals, it gets hotter and hotter and hotter. And that's what you want to do, because iron becomes very malleable when it's hot. Bend that up without any trouble whatsoever. And then you can make a hook. You make many different things. I want to move the camera over here. There are a lot of different things that you would find in the kitchen. This is a skewer holder that I made. These are the skewers that would hang over a kitchen fireplace, and you'd use those skewers to put the meat onto your spit. This here are the elements that go into making a trivet. You would use that to put your pot on. And right here are the elements that go into making a rush light. These were the early lights that were used by people, and the blacksmith would make those.
Well, you're doing a great job. Thanks for showing us.
Thank you so much for coming by.